Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to solve a problem of 3D and 2D analysis. I'm going to do a comparison between the two and the body will be subjected to some plane stress. I'm taking up this problem because I have to start solving many examples in 2D. So it is very important to introduce to you how to get into 2D from 3D mode. Generally when we open up ANSYS, by default we are in 3D. So there is an option which we need to select for going into the 2D mode. So let's get started. I'll go to static structural and double click on it. I'll rename it as 3D. I am solving 3D analysis first and then I'll solve 2D analysis. I am not changing the engineering data. I'm going to use the default material of structural steel. You can use any other material. Now, when I select geometry as it is highlighted here, you can see to the right in properties, the analysis type is marked as 3D. From here, you may choose 2D as well, but by default, if you see 3D is always selected. Now, if this option of properties is not present, I have to go to view properties. So this is how this dialog box opens up. If it is not present, you can just bring it into the screen. I'll go to geometry, right click, new design modular geometry. Unit, millimeter, XY, look at. One more point, that is whether you do an analysis in ANSYS in 2D or 3D, the result is going to be same. To prove that point, I am doing this analysis as well. So I will be assuming the same geometry in 2D and in 3D. The dimensions will be the same. The difference in 2D and 3D is that one dimension is less. So the thickness of the body will not be present in 2D, which will be present in 3D. So let's get started. I'll go to sketching, rectangle. I'll draw a rectangle here. Dimensions. From this point to this line, I'll mark the dimension, and this point to this line, I'll mark the dimension. So H1, say it is 80. H3 will be 40. V2 will be 40 and V4 is 20. So this is my rectangle. I'll extrude. I'll apply the geometry and the depth will be 1 mm. Generate. This is very important. My unit system is millimeter, so I have taken 1 millimeter. If you are using the unit as centimeter, choose 1 centimeter, and if it is meter, choose 1 meter. The reason being, in 2D, the thickness portion is not existing. So to have the minimum thickness possible, in 3D, I am giving 1. Next, I want to draw a circle here. Okay, I'll make a new plane over here. Select this face, new plane, generate. I go to sketching, circle. I want to make a hole in this plate. Dimensions. Say the circle has diameter 20. L2 will be 40. I just want to mark it at the center. You can take it as off center as well. That's your choice. I'll go to extrude. Apply the geometry. Instead of add material, I'll choose cut material. Generate. So this is how a hole can be made in a plate. This is my geometry. I'll go to model, double click. I'll go to mesh, sizing. I'll change it to fine. Update. I'll go to analysis settings. On this side, I'll insert fixed. When I do analysis of plane stress, it means the body is subjected to any one type of load. It could be either tensile or compressive. So I'll select the other side as well. Right click, insert force. I'll change vector to component. In x-axis, I'll change the value to 1000 Newton. Solution, right click, insert, deformation. I want to see the directional deformation along x-axis. right click, insert stress, equivalent stress, right click, insert strain, equivalent strain. Solution, solve. So I've obtained the solutions. This is my directional deformation. This is my equivalent stress. If you want to animate and see, this is my equivalent stress on the body, and this is the value of equivalent strain. I can click on max and min, so I can obtain the maximum minimum value. You can see over here the strain will be maximum in this whole area. Similarly, the stress will be more in this area. This is the area of notch sensitivity, which means if a crack develops here, it will propagate very fast on this area. So this area always requires more factor of safety so that the body can be protected from failure. Now I will go to 2D analysis. I'll select static structural again. I'll rename it as 2D. Now geometry is automatically selected. If not, you can just click on geometry. To the right, analysis type, I'll change to 2D. I'll go to geometry, right click, new design modular geometry. Units, millimeter, XY, look at. I'll go to sketching. I'll draw a rectangle again. I'll give it dimensions. Bringing the body to the center is not compulsion. It is by choice. You can draw a random body and also finish off the analysis. H3 will be 40. V2 is 40 and V4 is 20. Make sure that your dimensions are same, exactly the same in both the analysis when you are performing this example. Otherwise, you will get wrong results. Now I'll go to draw again and I'll draw a circle. Here I need not create another plane. I'll go to dimensions. Dimension is 20. Now I want to create a 2D body, so I'll go to concept, surfaces from sketches. I'll go to XY plane and select sketch 1. You can see sketch 1 is highlighted. Apply, generate. Now you can see this is a surface body because in 2D we have surface or area as I would say, and in 3D you have volume. You have length, breadth and thickness. Here you will have only the length and the breadth. Thickness is not existing. So this is my geometry of 2D. I'll go to model and double click on it. I'll go to mesh, sizing, fine, update. Then I'll go to analysis settings. Here we cannot choose face. I'll have to go to edge option because this is 2D. So on one edge I'll insert fixed. On the other edge I'll insert force. I'll change vector to component. Along the x-axis I'll give 1000 Newton. You can see there are only two components marked here of force, x and y, because this is a 2D analysis. I'll go to solution, right click, insert, deformation, directional along x-axis, right click, insert, stress, equivalent, right click, insert, strain, equivalent. Solution, solve. Now I'll just cross check the two values which I have obtained in 2D and 3D. If you ever get confused, you can just see here. At the top it is written always 2D, and here also in the analysis it is written as 2D. So it is mentioned very clearly. In case in shifting between the two screens, if you get confused, check here. So for 2D, the deformation value is 0.0142. For 3D, the value is 0.0142. At least 3 to 4 decimal places you need to check. After that, the value may change. It is quite obvious. I'll go to equivalent stress in 3D. The value is 108.51. In 2D, the value of stress is 107.39. Very close. When I go to strain in 2D, the value is 0.00053788. And in 3D, the value is 0.00054256. 4 to 5 digits are matching after the decimal point, so this is absolutely correct. Acceptable range of difference between the two. This is going to prove that whether you do the analysis in 2D or in 3D, the answer is going to remain approximately the same, and very closely I'll get the same answers. I'm just solving this numerical because from the next session onwards, I'm going to have many problems to solve in 2D. At that time, you may have a doubt, what if it is solved in 3D? Absolutely correct. You can solve in 3D. You'll get approximately same answers. But it is not possible to analyze all body in 3D because of geometry constraints. It is possible that the geometry is such that one body or one part of that body is just interfacing with the other part. So at that time, it becomes difficult to make the geometry and also analyze it. So it's very simple to make in 2D and solve in those cases. That's why we choose 2D. There is no special reason for choosing 2D over 3D otherwise. So I hope you have understood this numerical. If you have any questions that you want me to solve, definitely let me know in the comment section. I'll solve it for you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Your subscription is very important for opening up some very good connectivity options of YouTube. Hit the bell icon for latest updates of my videos. I'll see you in the next session with another numerical. Thank you.